Hey folks, Ben here from the Fibreglass factory. I am just running you through the process of gluing a fiberglass scoop onto a steel bonnet. So here's a Monaro bonnet scoop that is a popular one at the moment, and this is a GU Patrol bonnet. This scoop's not going on this bonnet, but this is just for illustration purposes only. Alright, so the first thing you do is you'd probably trim this scoop down, I would think. I would probably trim it down to about here, and maybe here I'd trim it right back to where it blends in. The reason I do that is it's much easier to blend it in where it doesn't come up and then got this big lip here of a couple of mil where you've got to fill right out to the body line. If you can blend it right in just to here, you'll have no filler in there, barely any filler at all. So that's the way we do it. And I know lots of other people do it that way as well, professionals. The next thing you'll do, so we'll trim it down, and then we're going to mark it out on the bonnet where it's going to sit. Now, when you're doing your measurements, you want to measure in lots of different places because you want to make sure it's right. And measure twice, cut once. Well, you want to be measuring from different points on the scoop. So you might pick there and then measure up there 30 centimeters or something, and then measure the same thing over here. And I would measure in multiple places on the scoop because not every scoop is perfectly shaped, and so you want to get the absolute best. And not just measurements, you want to also run your eye over it as well. See how I'm looking here to see how it's sitting up against the back of the. If you've got the car with you, then you want to have it on the car, and then you can sometimes line it up against things and pick things that you might not have been able to pick before. Alright, so we've got it all marked out. Now the next thing is to prep the bonnet. So we'll run the grinder over that, bring it back to bare metal, and the scoop we're going to run the grinder over that. We're just taking the top off the scoop because there's wax on the polyester resin produces a wax, and you want to take that off so you get a good adhesion. Okay, now you apply your glue on the other side of the scoop, and then you bring it back down onto the marks where you've drawn around. If you've screwed it down, then you screw it down. If you didn't need to screw it down because it just sat there well, that's good. You can put a couple of bricks on there or something just to hold it down. Then you'll wait for that to go off. Then the next thing you'll do is you'll start to feather it in. So you'll grind along here, and then we like to use a little bit of fibre fill just to go over the top of it, and then we'll feather that out. There mustn't be any sharp joins. That's one of the important things, is there should be no sharp joins. Wherever the join is, you should get rid of that join, so you should feather it out, 10 mil minimum, okay? And then fibre fill, and then after that we use filler, primer, and then paint. Now that's the short version of it. It's quite a lot of work, but I hope this has been helpful for you. See ya.